Okay, let's talk about assembly engineering drawings. These are a little bit complicated. Why we need to give assembly engineering drawings? In order to show what are the parts we have or we need in to make some a model or an assembly, and how many parts are included and how they are joining together. So this is an example of assembly drawing which I am showing you. It's shown in its original colors, but you can see there is a lot of bubbles around it. These are called annotations. What are these bubbles saying? These bubbles are demonstrating the part number. Okay, so it says here on the right, these are all the parts involved in this one, and you can see it has a nice title block also. So let me show you in more detail. If you can see here, this is now a black and white example, so it shows you more clearly. Assembly drawings is very helpful to show how different parts are joined together. You can see the joined assembly is here, but if you expand it or if you break it, it will have all the parts like this. And the drawing also very nicely shows the line, how each thing will go inside each other. And here is the list of all the parts which are used in this one. So part number 1 is called hydraulic pump, part number 2 is called crossover. So this thing is called bill of material. Okay, remember the table of all the items are called bill of material. Yes, in the assembly engineering drawing, you have a small brief bill of material table, which is given here. But the bill of material can be very detailed also. It can have also weight, material size, quantity, and how many you need, how does it fit. It can be, and where to get it from, how much is the price. So the bill of material can be as much detail as you want. But briefly, on the drawing, we don't put so much detail. We put only what is the part number 1 is this, and how much quantity you need. Okay. Another example of engineering drawing is this. You can see how different parts are kept away from each other, and it shows you how they will fit together. The good thing about this engineering drawing is it also shows you the dimension. But usually we don't go into this much detail for assembly drawing. The assembly drawing, we don't go into this much detail. So to give you an idea, assembly drawing is 2 types. One is called collapsed assembly drawing, which means everything is joined together. And the other one is called exploded engineering drawing, which is things are opened up from each other. This is exploded. This is assembly drawing shows both collapsed and exploded. So this is collapsed, this is exploded. Exploded means opened, and this is collapsed means closed. But the important thing to remember in engineering drawing for assembly is the bill of material table and how you can mention different part numbers. This is another example of an engineering drawing which is showing how different parts are linking with each other. Okay. So we will now show and try to practice how to develop this collapsed and exploded engineering drawings. And before going to show the demonstration of that, let me show you the bill of materials. The bill of materials are the table or a list of all the items you need. Okay. It usually shows the item number, and this is 1, 2, 3 is the bubble you will give on the drawing or annotation you will give on the drawing. The part number is actually the manufacturing part number. The description is then usually the name or explanation of how it will be used, quantity, cost, and total cost. It can also be, the bill of material can also be very detailed, like this one example I'm showing. It is showing you dimensions and material and manufacturer, part number, how much quantity, how much price, an item number. It can be, or it can be very simple, put on the right side on the assembly drawing. You can see this one. This is an exploded assembly drawing for a vise where you grip different tools. And it has part number 1 is this. What is part number 1? Item number 1 is base. Item number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and some small description. And give you another example of bill of material. So remember, bill of material can be separate, bill of material can be with the assembly drawing also. Usually we keep it also with the assembly drawing so we can identify which part is what. In this case, this is a very good example of a good assembly drawing, where you have all the parts very clearly visible with their number, and then you can see the list of parts here on the right side also, and how much quantity for each. And below you can see that the title block is filled with good information here. So this is a good example of assembly drawing. One thing very important, title blocks, don't forget, title blocks are really important. I want you to fill the title blocks with your name, with your part number or name, the scale you use, the material you use here, and this is the sheet scale, and also how many parts do you have. So the part engineering drawing will have simple title block, and assembly engineering assembly title block will also have the bill of material like this one. You do not need to create detailed bill of material on the drawing. The detailed bill of material you can create separate in the report. But on the drawing, it can be as simple as this one. So we can see which part number for which, what is that, and what is the name for that. Other than that, the title blocks, you can keep some of the items for the course number. So you can write maybe Introduction to Design Lab Assignment number 3, and then you can write the title of the part, the drawing number. Now this shows the sheet size and the student name. So you can edit the title block as you want, but do not give me empty title blocks, and do not give me title blocks with wrong information. Okay, so let's go and jump into practicing how we can make exploded or collapsed assembly drawings, okay, in SolidWorks. For that, I have a practice file for robot assembly. Okay, here I have a practice file, robot assembly. You can see I have kept everything in one folder. This assembly has how many parts? To show you, view, large icons. This assembly has around 6 or 7 items, you can see here. If I join all these parts, I create this assembly, okay? And this assembly I have already created in SolidWorks. Now I will just show you, after you join all the parts together with proper mates, how you can make the engineering drawing. This is the aim of me to show you this, okay? So let me open the assembly first, okay? And it will take some time because it's a bigger assembly. And all the mates and constraints have been defined properly. Everything is good. Once you are happy with your assembly, what you do is the same as we did in the parts drawing mode. So what I go is File and click on Make Drawing from Assembly. So click this one. The program will load you into the assembly mode. So let's choose A3 sheet for now one more time. I got the idea why it was not printing, because we were choosing A3. A3 is not printing properly, that's why. Okay, so here I have my empty sheet. So the first thing you should do is right click on sheet format, click on edit sheet format, and here fill all the information as much as you want. You can also delete some of the columns if you like. And the first thing you should do is fill the title block. Once you're happy with that, you can exit the sheet editing mode and come to the views, or how to import the views. You click on this top icon here, or click on model view. So click on this one, model view, because now in this case I want to bring one view, that's why I click on model view. So click on this one. Okay, and he asks me which view I want. Is it the isometric, which is this one, or the front view, or the side views? So let me choose the isometric view, and let me just place it here. I will click here and I will see my view here, but you can see it's very, very small. What I can do is I can make it bigger. So use a custom scale. It is 1/20th of the view. So let me just make it a little bit bigger by choosing 1/10th, and now it's nicely in this one. Okay, once you're happy, just click OK, and then you will have your assembly view here. Okay, now how do I give? So the first thing is not the dimensions. Maybe, yes, maybe you want to give dimensions. So you can also give dimensions here. That's no problem. You can give the overall dimensions on your assembly. But the most important thing you should do is the balloons, or which part number for what material. Okay, there is option here of adding balloons. So if you click on balloon, it will ask me where you want to add the balloon. So I can just choose a path here and add a balloon with a number. So this number I can add manually, but let's not do that. There is an automatic way of doing it also. So I'll delete this balloon, which I just added, and then I will go for my auto balloon option. So click on this one. The program will automatically list all the parts to be as in my assembly. So let's click auto balloon, and here these are certain settings for how you want the balloon to arrange. Click on your view which you want to auto balloon. So you can see all the balloons are randomly placed. We can put them on the one side, on the right side. So this looks much better on the right side. So just click OK. You can see all the parts have been labeled properly. So this is the first thing we made according to our sample drawing, which we were looking at this one. So the balloons are there, and then you can randomly move them also. It's up to you. Let me move my view a little bit on the left side. Okay, I have to catch it from the border here in order to move it. Okay, now this is done here. I have here one option called tables. So click on this tables option on the top, and here it says what? Bill of materials. So click on this bill of materials. Select a drawing you want to make the table for. So click on this one. And what the software will ask you is certain options for how you want the table to be and how you want to appear. So just click OK. And you will see I have a table on my cursor. So let me just put it on the right side here, or you can put it on the top here also, up to you, but as long as it's not overlapping with my balloons. Okay, and then you can edit this one. You can add, or you can see it is taking the same part names as I have mentioned in my folders. You can see arm, base, blade. That's why it's very important to rename your parts properly. So the part numbers are actually the names here, and then you can, even if you want to add some description, you can add some description here. Okay, so once you're happy with your table, the bill of material, just place it there. And now let me just adjust my view here so the balloons are not overlapping with that. And here I have my assembly drawing very easily. Okay, this is done, everything is clear, and we go to this view out. Okay, so now everything is clear here, and I have my assembly drawing. Now the question is, how do I bring the explode view? If you remember, some of the examples I showed you were showing exploded views like this one. The parts are away from each other. How do I go for this option? In order to do that, you need to come back to your assembly. So I will close this one. Of course, you save your drawing before doing anything. So let me close this one and come back to my assembly. In order to have the exploded assembly engineering drawings, but as you can see, guys, in the assembly engineering drawing, you don't need to put projected views or the isometric, the front view, top view, back view. You need only the isometric view. But in order to have the exploded views, the things far away from each other, what you have to do is this. You can right click on this robot fan assembly, or you can go to just assembly on the top here, and you can see here exploded view. Can you see this? So click on this exploded view option, and now you will define your exploded steps, exploded view steps. So the first thing, maybe let me just pull the tires away from the assembly. You can click on the tire, and then you can see a movement arrow comes. So I'll choose it and move it a little bit out. Okay, this is the exploding step number 1. If you want, if you are happy with this, you can just click done, and then go for the second step, which is the second tire, and you move it out. If you're happy with this, click done, and then if you want, you can choose the other one. This 4 tires, you can just move it outside here. Now, what if you want to move both tires outside? You have to do it in the same step. So I did not click on done. I will choose the other tire, and it will also move with that. Once you are happy with that, you will just click on done. So the 4 tires are moving away from each other. Next thing, you can maybe choose this, or let's choose this thing and move up. If you want the other 4 to move with it, just click on them and they will move together. So my fan moved with them, and then once you're happy with that, click on done option here at the bottom. Okay, they have moved out. Now you can also again add more steps to move this fan outside, this outside, and keep it somewhere on the sides. Once you're happy with everything, click OK. Now you can see the whole assembly is exploded, even though the mates are still there. Remember, guys, it will not disturb your mates. This is just playing with the views because you choose exploded view option. This is only for viewing. If at any point you want to bring it back, you can right click on this area and click on collapse. If you click on collapse, all the things will join as per the mates you gave before in the beginning. So remember, exploding views will not disturb your mates. It will only show you for demonstration. So if you want to explode again, right click this one, and you can actually click on animate explode or explode directly. Animate explode will do it in steps. Watch this one. Click on animate explode, and you will see these things are moving outside one by one. Okay, so if you want to do engineering drawing with exploded views, you have to keep it in exploded view and then go to file, make a drawing from assembly, and then engineering drawing mode will open. This time let's choose the A4 sheet and click, or no, A3, keep it A3, click OK. And here it will try to load the sheet first with the title block and everything. Once the sheet is loaded, you can just click on model view and choose the robot assembly, and you can just double click on the model assembly and then choose the isometric view here and bring it to place it here. Now it will be very small because it has applied a big scale factor here. So if you click on this view and choose the scaling factor to be a little smaller, so let's a little bigger, so let's make it 1/10, and you can see all the files are exploded. Click OK. Once, but you can see here, guys, it is appearing the same way as you exploded in the 3D view. So you have to explode in the 3D views properly in order to have everything aligned together properly. So once I have this, you can repeat the same steps. You can go to annotation here, and you can click on auto balloon. In the auto balloon option, he will ask you which view you want. So this is the view I want, and how you want to arrange the balloons. You can arrange in random, arrange down, arrange on the left side, arrange on the right side. It is up to you as you want it, and then click OK. Next thing, you can bring the bill of material and create the engineering drawing in the same way. Once you are happy with this, you have to click File. Okay, let me show you one more time how to bring the bill of materials. So we'll go to Annotations, okay, and then you go to Tables, and then click on Bill of Materials, and it will bring automatically the tables, the parts which we have developed, and it is coming with the same name as we have developed. So click to place the table in the right location you want. Make sure it's not overlapping with your existing views. In this case, it is doing that, which is not correct. So once you have the table, you have everything good. And the last thing you have to do is click on File, Save As, and yes, you have to save your file in the drawing mode. And I would prefer if you can print this one in the white sheet. If you print this one, if you click on Print as PDF, it will come in the white background sheet, and it looks very nice. So it is SolidWorks drawing. Click Save. And let's try printing one more time. Save all. It will save all the components. If you change anything assembly, it will automatically update the drawing. This is the beauty of using SolidWorks drawings. So let's try to print. Okay, print. I will try to print it as PDF. And here, page setup, I need to choose A3 size page, hopefully, which will not give me error. Usually it gives error when you do saving as PDF, but let's see. It's okay. It disappeared. Okay, page setup, not working. Print, also not working. Okay. Current sheets, okay, number of copies, print. You have to do this and then click on preview. Okay, it's showing me some error, but a worst case is you take a screenshot of this and include it in your report. This is how you bring the exploded views in the SolidWorks. Guys, please don't forget to fill your the title box according to the information you have and the drawing numbers you have and the group number for you and the name of students you have. Thank you, and if you have any question,